Welcome back to the show, Extra Rich. On the menu today, we got Labor Day weekend in Chicago, aka Chirac. Let's jump into it.
A deadly Labor Day weekend in Chicago as President Trump continues to set his eye on the city, threatening to send in the National Guard as early as this week. At least 52 people have been shot in Chicago over the Labor Day weekend. 7 of those victims died.
The violence included 3 mass shootings that happened at Haddon in California, in Chicago's Humboldt Park neighborhood, and 2 in Chicago's Bronzeville neighborhood, 35th and State and 36th and Cottage Grove. ABC 7's Jasmine Miner talked to people in Bronzeville about concerns about 2 mass shootings happening within 48 hours.
Many here in Bronzeville describe the neighborhood as on the come up, and they say they're not going to let the violence stop the positive work they're doing. For one woman, that means keeping kids healthy, active, and on the field.
Before we get into that, 53 people shot in one weekend. 53 people had a bullet put in them. And you got Mayor Brandon Johnson, who's the mayor of Chicago, for those of you who don't know, out here, we don't want Trump here, blah, blah, blah. Our city is fine. Our city is safe. You had the governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, in Chicago, talking about he's walking around, but he's not walking around in, the neighborhoods where the stuff is going on. Plus, he has security, okay? That's a whole nother thing, too. Walk around with zero security, J.B. Pritzker. As a matter of fact, don't do that, because that would be absolutely horrible, okay? You might get yourself hurt, and I don't want to see that. Even though we might disagree on politics, I don't want to see you get hurt. So keep your security, but make no mistake about it. Chicago is not safe. It's literally nicknamed after a war zone, Chirac. It's absolutely wild to me how you have these folks like Mayor Brandon Johnson and J.B. Pritzker coming out here and saying that Chicago is fine, Chicago is safe. We don't want Trump to come in here. It's literally only because it's Trump. That's it, and that is all. Because if it was Barack Obama that said the same thing, they wouldn't have any issue with it. And that's my problem, but carry on, man, carry on.
Come on. We're gonna push through because it disservices the kids.
Alexis Hawthorne, owner of the top-tier university football youth program, says even gun violence won't keep her from serving kids in need. Their practice comes just a few hours and down the road from a mass shooting early this morning. 5 people were shot near 36th and Cottage Grove near Ellis Park, including a 17-year-old who is in critical condition.
At the end of the day, to have one person that was critically injured and 4 folks in the hospital, whatever the situation was, it was senseless.
It is the second mass shooting in Bronzeville in the last 48 hours. The other happened on Saturday night near 35th and State, where 7 people were hurt during a drive-by. Those like Alderman Pat Howell are taking action, telling ABC 7 in a statement, "I have long asked for additional police manpower to deal with large illegal gatherings and pop-up parties that routinely occur throughout the Bronzeville neighborhood." It follows Mayor Brandon Johnson signing an executive order this week to avoid the Trump administration from sending the National Guard into the streets of Chicago.
Us as people, we can come together and fix it out on our own. We don't need no one to come here and, wreck shack our community.
Others think the troops could...
Hold on, time out. These folks make me so sick. You got Brandon Johnson signing an executive order. So Trump doesn't come in with the National Guard to clean things up. So you would rather watch little black boys and girls, bodies drop, rather than having Trump clean it up. Because it's Trump. Because once again, I can guarantee you, if this was Obama, they wouldn't be saying any of this. This is just absolutely wild stuff to me. And the only logical explanation is that they don't care about black people. Because it's black people that's being affected the most by this. Being affected the most. I've lost people to gun violence. And you know what? It's never been a racist white man who pulled up and put a few bullets in him, emptied the clip in. Like, no. It's never been the boogeyman, the white man, the racist, Trump-loving MAGA that's rolled up and put a bullet in somebody's head. Nah. Every single person I know that is buried 6 feet in the dirt due to bullets being put in them had a bullet put in them from another person that looked exactly like them. And now all of a sudden, because Trump is saying, hey, we got to clean this up. This violence in the streets is just absolutely crazy. Now all of a sudden, oh no, we got to sign executive orders. We got to have the governor come to the city. No, we don't want Trump here. All while bodies are still dropping. You had a weekend where over 50 people were shot, and 7 of them will never walk this earth again. And you got this guy who has absolutely destroyed the city. I mean, they're already at a budget deficit that is mind-boggling to me. You got this guy signing executive orders to try to keep Trump out of the city. Where was the executive order to stop the violence? And then you had this lady saying, well, we don't need that. We come together and do it on your own. Well, then why haven't you done it on your own already? Because the last time I checked, this violence has been going on for many, many years. Last time I checked, this violence has been going on long before I was even born. So what about this coming together are you going to do to fix it yourself? Because you ain't fixed it yet. What makes you think you're going to do it now? Oh, it's because Trump said he's coming to fix it. That's why you're saying it. Got it. Like, these people make me sick only because it's Trump. Or you just hate black people, one of the two. Because to me, I'm like, yes, bring the National Guard into Chicago, clean these streets up so we can stop seeing black people dying in these streets. So we can stop watching mothers cry because they have to bury their children. I think that's a phenomenal thing. Arrest these criminals who are out here committing these crimes. Arrest these folks who are out here terrorizing neighborhoods and streets. Like, this is common sense to me. People can walk the streets safe without worrying about a bullet being put in their head or the car being stolen. I think that's a beautiful thing. But if you listen to J.B. Pritzker and Mayor Brandon Johnson, no, that's a horrible thing. We can't have Trump stopping the violence. Make it make sense, man.
Help.
I got kids, and I want to see the community better. I run every day out here. I exercise out here. So for the street to be safer, I think it's really good.
But Hawthorne says her football program does just that. Teaching kids a healthier way to have fun.
We're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that these kids have somewhere to come.
Alderman Lamont Robinson tells
your football program does not keep kids safe. First off, not everybody wants to play football. Second, you can only have so many different teams, right? So you're not keeping the streets safe. You're not. I don't even want to say, I'm not going to even put that in the atmosphere. There was a shooting that happened blocks away from the field where those little children are running around. Now, listen, I commend her for wanting to, help the youth. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but to say that, all of a sudden, because you got a youth program with kids playing football, that all of a sudden the streets are safe and Trump doesn't need to help clean it up because none of your mayors have managed to do it is absolutely crazy to me. Absolutely, positively crazy to me. Crazy. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You got bodies dropping on a weekly basis in this city, and they want to say, oh, no, it's fine. 7 people put 6 feet in the dirt in one weekend. But the city's safe, right? The city is safe. Over 50 people hit with bullets in one weekend, but the city's safe, right? The city is safe. Completely safe. It's fine out here. It's fine. But the thing about it is, and one thing that I'm kind of realizing, is that you can only save those that want to be saved. You could try your hardest, but if they don't want to be saved, at a certain point, we just got to sit back and just watch the carnage, unfortunately. I mean, Trump is like, yo, I'm ready. I'm willing to send you all kinds of resources to help you with this. And all he's getting is, nah, we don't want you here. Nope, it's fine. As bodies are dropping. And it's like, well, I guess this is what they want. This is what they keep voting for. Lori Lightfoot, the former mayor, didn't do anything about it. Now Mayor Brandon Johnson, he ain't doing nothing about it. Not even the governor of the state is doing anything about it. They're having press conferences making it seem like everything is fine and dandy. You think it's fine and dandy for those seven people's parents? You think it's okay? You think it's all right for those 53 people's parents to have to get a phone call? Hey, we got your son, we got your daughter here at the hospital. They've been shot. And the worry that they have, speeding on the way to the hospital, not knowing if their child is going to make it. It's crazy, man. Crazy. But y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace.